Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the mysteries of the universe. Today, we're embarking on a journey into one of the most tantalizing and controversial topics of our time, top secret UFO documents. What are governments around the world really hiding? Are we alone in the cosmos? Let's sift through the classified files and see what truths we can uncover. For decades, the official stance from most governments was simple. UFOs, or as they are now officially called, unidentified anomalous phenomena. UAPs were nothing more than weather balloons, swamp gas, or misidentified conventional aircraft. Any suggestion of extraterrestrial visitors was dismissed as science fiction. But behind the scenes, a very different story was unfolding. The curtain began to lift with projects like Project Blue Book, a US Air Force study that ran from 1952 to 1969. Officially, its conclusion was that there was no evidence of extraterrestrial vehicles. However, a closer look at the case files reveals hundreds of sightings that were labeled unexplained. These weren't just blurry photos from backyard enthusiasts. Many were credible reports from military pilots, air traffic controllers, and radar operators, trained observers who knew what belonged in the sky and what didn't. They described craft performing maneuvers that defied our known laws of physics. Instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic speeds with no sonic boom, and right-angle turns that would crush any human pilot. These weren't just stories, they were documented reports, filed away and classified for decades. One of the most famous cases that fueled public suspicion was the Roswell incident in 1947. The initial Army press release famously announced the recovery of a flying disc. This was quickly retracted, and the official explanation became a crashed weather balloon. But the story never died. Eyewitnesses, including high-ranking military personnel, later came forward with astonishing claims of not just wreckage of a non-earthly origin, but also the recovery of non-human bodies. While official documents remained tight-lipped, the sheer volume of testimony and the government's shifting narrative have kept Roswell at the heart of the UFO enigma. Why the initial confirmation if it was just a balloon? Why the intense secrecy and intimidation reported by witnesses? The documents we can access often lead to more questions than answers. Let's jump forward a few decades. The digital age brought a new wave of information, and with it, the power of Freedom of Information Act requests. Researchers and journalists began to pry open the government's filing cabinets, and what they found was astounding. Memos from J. Edgar Hoover, the first director of the FBI, showed the Bureau was taking UFO reports very seriously in the late 1940s. A now famous memo from 1950, sent by an agent named Guy Hotel, detailed a report of 3 flying saucers recovered in New Mexico, along with the bodies of their occupants described as being only 3 feet tall and dressed in metallic cloth. The FBI has since downplayed this memo, but its existence proves that at the highest levels, these weren't just fringe ideas. They were matters of national security. Other declassified documents from agencies like the CIA and the UK's Ministry of Defence tell a similar story. The British UFO desk, which ran for over 50 years, collected thousands of reports. While many were explained, a significant portion remained a mystery. One famous case, the Rendlesham Forest incident in 1980, is often called Britain's Roswell. US Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Bentwaters witnessed strange lights descending into the nearby forest. A security patrol went to investigate and encountered a strange, glowing, metallic craft. Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt even made a live audio recording as he and his men observed the object, which shot beams of light down to the ground and into the weapons storage area before silently flying away at an incredible speed. The official documents, including Halt's own memo, confirmed the strange encounter, yet a definitive public explanation has never been given. It remains one of the best documented UFO cases in history, straight from the military's own files. The landscape changed dramatically in 2017. The New York Times published a bombshell report revealing the existence of a secret Pentagon program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP. This wasn't ancient history. It was a modern, multi-million-dollar program that ran from 2007 to 2012 and likely continued in some form afterward. Along with the report, the world saw for the first time 3 declassified videos captured by US Navy fighter pilots. These videos, known as FLIR, Gimbal, and GoFast, show unidentified objects performing incredible aerodynamic feats. In the Gimbal video, you can hear the pilot's baffled reactions. "Look at that thing, dude. It's rotating." These weren't grainy amateur videos. This was high-tech infrared footage from some of the most advanced fighter jets on the planet, accompanied by testimony from the decorated pilots who witnessed them firsthand. Commander David Fravor, a retired US Navy pilot, gave a detailed account of his 2004 encounter off the coast of San Diego, now famously known as the Tic Tac incident. He described a white, smooth, oblong object about 40 feet long, with no wings or visible propulsion, hovering erratically over the water. When he flew towards it, the object mirrored his movements and then accelerated away at a speed he described as like nothing I've ever seen. It vanished, only to reappear on radar 60 miles away in a matter of seconds. The data, the pilot testimony, and the subsequent official release of the videos by the Pentagon in 2020 confirmed that these encounters were real, they were happening, and the military didn't know what they were. This official acknowledgement opened the floodgates. In June 2021, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a preliminary report on UAPs. This short 9-page unclassified document was a landmark moment. It analyzed 144 reports from US government sources, mostly from military personnel, between 2004 and 2021. The report concluded that most of the UAPs probably do represent physical objects. Of the 144 cases, only one was identified with high confidence as a large deflating balloon. The other 143 remained unexplained. The report stated that these objects appeared to remain stationary in winds aloft, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. It also mentioned 18 incidents where observers reported unusual UAP movement patterns or flight characteristics. The report listed 5 potential categories of explanation: airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomena, US government or industry developmental programs, foreign adversary systems, and a final catch-all category simply labeled Other. It's that other category that has everyone talking. While the report didn't mention aliens or extraterrestrials, it explicitly did not rule them out. It admitted that some UAP may require additional scientific knowledge to successfully collect on, analyze, and characterize. This was the government officially, on the record, telling the public that there are things flying in our skies that are physical objects that display advanced technology and that we cannot explain. Since that report, the conversation has only intensified. In 2022, Congress held its first public hearing on UFOs in over 50 years. High-ranking intelligence officials testified about the ongoing investigation, the increasing number of reports, and the national security threat these phenomena could pose. They established a new office, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARO, to streamline the collection and analysis of UAP reports from across the military and intelligence community. The stigma that once surrounded this topic is finally breaking down. Pilots are now being encouraged to report what they see without fear of ridicule or career damage. So what do these documents and official statements really tell us? They tell us that for over 70 years, governments have been documenting encounters with craft that exhibit capabilities far beyond our own. They show a pattern of official denial in public, contrasted with serious investigation in private. The recent shift towards transparency, while welcome, still feels carefully managed. The unclassified reports are just the tip of the iceberg. The vast majority of the data remains classified, hidden from public view. Whistleblowers like David Grush, a former intelligence official, have recently come forward with explosive claims that the US government has a long-standing secret program that has retrieved and is attempting to reverse engineer crashed non-human craft. While his claims are still being investigated and are highly controversial, they fit the pattern of secrecy and the incredible technological leaps described in official reports. The journey through these top-secret files is a fascinating one. It's a story of mystery, of dedicated researchers fighting for the truth, and of a slow, grudging acknowledgement from the powers that be. We've moved from "it's not happening" to "it's happening and we don't know what it is." The evidence is no longer just anecdotal stories, it's radar data, it's infrared video, it's testimony from our most trusted observers, and it's documented in official government files. The question is no longer, do UFOs exist? The question now is, what are they? Are they advanced drones from a rival nation? Are they secret US technology? Or are they something else entirely? Something that could change our understanding of our place in the universe forever? The documents don't give us the final answer, but they confirm we're asking the right questions. The truth, as they say, is out there. And with each declassified file, we get one step closer to finding it. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of classified UFO documents. What do you think is the most compelling piece of evidence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. See you next time.